Hello everybody, my name is Jim Dieffenbacher and I'm going to make a video of myself doing some drawing. So this is the drawing that I decided to work on for this video. It's an older drawing. Uh, I, I haven't worked on this drawing in over a year. I guess I lost interest in it at the time, and I thought I could make some changes to this that would make it more interesting, a little bit more relevant to today. Um, so these are the photos that I'm working from. I took these photos at the airport in JFK, New York City, uh, last spring, and I was just kind of bored waiting for the plane, and I was just taking pictures of random people, like I do from time to time in the grocery store or in a restaurant or wherever. And I use random photos for drawing reference, drawing or painting reference. And what I was thinking I would do was go into this with some really warm, intense colors. So these are the pens that I'm going to be using for this video. They're Stettler fine liner marker pens. I use them quite a bit. I like them. So I've already kind of given this guy a mask, and I plan on giving these guys something over their mouths too. And I think if this is all like bright orange and red, that it'll look intense. It'll be exciting. That's kind of my goal. Um, so I'm gonna give this main guy some details that are a little bit more set in stone with this darker orange here. And using these pens, I think it's kind of relaxing, honestly. Like sometimes drawing or painting will get you stressed out, and it definitely is work. But when you're doing something where you're making such small marks, it's kind of relaxing. Like any mark I make, here, 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 I can go all over and do that, and it's not really going to matter. So it is kind of therapeutic to just make my little marks all around because they're small and they don't really matter much. Well, the orange definitely matters more than the yellow. And I think to make some mistakes and to have some marks, you know, kind of leaving the figure like I do a lot, it's kind of I see it as an extension of them, all these little marks. So what's kind of nice is I don't see the marks that I'm making right now, is they're not really set in stone. It's just kind of feeling out the figure is what this is doing, these marks. I think his jacket would probably come down a little bit further. So I'll fix the length that I have now. Maybe I'll make it come down to here. I put drawings away quite a bit when I get frustrated or I just lose interest in them, and I do that quite a bit. I like to go back and look at old drawings, and what I would do to them, it definitely changes from day to day, I would say. So it's nice to get a fresh look at this. Because I think if I were to finish this drawing last year, it probably wouldn't be as interesting as it's going to work out to be. So I'm going to work for a little bit longer using this orange, and then I'm going to skip ahead and use the red. I'll get an idea of what the color looks like, how dark it is. And this is all hatching, cross hatching. And you can get a pretty good amount of control with the value. See here, I'll start darkening that in. To be totally honest, this is the first time I've picked up a pen to draw in like a month and a half. I've just kind of felt, I guess I just been feeling uninspired, and Adam asked me to do this, and I'm glad he did, because it feels good to be drawing again. Maybe I'll figure out what his hands are gonna look like. I'm kind of going at it a little bit more hesitantly, because they might look better a a little bit less defined. So by going like this and making little marks around his hands, I'm kind of slowly sculpting them out. And I don't want to look at the photo too much, because I feel like what I do over here is it's not necessarily important what it looks like exactly, because you're not going to see these when I'm done with this drawing and you know it's on the wall or whatever. You're not going to see that, so you're just going to be looking at this. So the drawing is really the only thing that matters. The pictures don't. It's just just gives you an idea. I feel like one of his fingers will be there, and maybe another one there. Once I get the red out, I'm going to do a little bit more work with that over the top of this, and I'll start speeding up these videos, because I'm sure it'll get pretty old pretty quickly. And I'm gonna put on like a podcast or something too. kind of like that. I'm going to keep that going. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in on this guy's face a little bit and try to get this a little bit more defined. So I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'm going to make some like guess marks. I'm not looking at like a picture of a mask or anything. I'm just kind of figuring this out. And if this ends up being wrong, I could change it because the yellow isn't as prominent. Give him a little bit of yellow here. This will just be a kind of like a background for his coat. All right. Go in there with a little bit more orange. Usually what I do is I bounce around the whole drawing, like more general to specific. So right now what I'm doing is a bit unusual. I'm focusing mostly on this guy all right now, but usually I would bounce around and, you know, add a little bit to this guy over here, bounce over here and do this. But for the sake of this video, I just kind of want to, you know, end with something that you can see. I think I'm going to figure out his briefcase a little bit, just because so much of his coat is underneath it. not gonna talk through this entire drawing. What I'll do is I'll work at it and I'll video record it, but I'm gonna speed it up because I think it would just be more entertaining, I guess, to see it faster, moving along quicker. I made a couple of videos that were like this, and I didn't speed it up at all, and people get bored with it. But I kind of like doing this, so I think now's a good time to, you know, make videos. Everybody's online, everybody's home. I think I'm going to look up an image of this mask because I don't know exactly what it looks like right now. I'm just kind of guessing at it, but I mean, it can't be too far off. So I'm going to use the red. I haven't decided if I'm going to use black in this at all, but I do have another marker here that's darker than everything else. So I don't know if I want to continue with this color, but I'm going to try it right here for now. I think I might actually buy, maybe order online a couple of new, like darker, warm colors that I could use for drawings like this. When I do use a new color, I usually bounce around the whole drawing using it here and there. Like over here, I might use it up here a little bit. Yeah. Get a little bit of his eyes here. So these marks are more set in stone because it's so dark. But and it's always a good idea to stand back from your drawing, because once you focus on this for a long time, you might start losing the relationship between these other characters. That's kind of why I like to bounce around so much. Is I don't like to let my drawings hypnotize me, or paintings. Paintings probably even more so, but see, to me, drawing is just more. It just comes more naturally to me than painting. Like, I feel like painting is work. This is kind of relaxing, kind of fun, just because I've got it all figured out for the most part. But I think maybe I'll go back in with some red, see what that looks like. I'm going to go a little darker with his hair. So here, this might look good if I make this really dark. That's going to pop his mask out. It's going to stay mostly white. But I just noticed that's something I could do to help the drawing make more sense. So I see there's a lot of shadow on his neck. So I'll bring this down. See, I kind of want to go around here and darken this in too, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to do because I like his hair being dark. But that's just something I'll have to figure out later when I bounce around to these two figures here. But I think, let me just darken this in. Okay, I think that's what I'll end with for now. So I will, I'll come back and continue working on this drawing, and I'll have to upload some more videos. So thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day.